Hello everyone. In this video we are going to learn how to create tables in HTML. We will learn very easily we can create tables in HTML. To create tables in HTML we have to open and close the table tag. So we have opened and closed our table tag here, and in this tag we have to write the total code that how we want to implement our table. Before we start, I am going to tell you some advices that where to write these HTML codes. My advice is, if you use Notepad++, then it will be very helpful, because in Notepad++, when we save the file in .html type, then let's see why it is profitable to use Notepad++ when we save it in .html format. I'm going to save it in my desktop, and I am going to give it a name, index.html. So we can see there is a link between the open tag of table and the close tag of table. So this is why it is very comfortable to use Notepad++, because if we use any wrong, then we can see that there is any mistake. Like if you mistake the spelling, so that we can see that there is something wrong, like we cannot see the link between the open and close table tag. This way we can very easily catch the errors. So now we are what we are going to do, if we open our file that we have saved in index.html format. So we have opened the file index.html, as you can see here, but we cannot see anything in the display of this web page. So now we have to write some code. Let's create 4 rows and 4 columns in this table. What to do to create rows and columns? We have to remember that before we create columns, we must create the rows. Like the tr tag is for table row, and we also have to open and close the tr tag as we open and close our table comment. Like this, we have to open and close the tr tag, tr for table row, and in this row we are going to add some columns. Suppose th, this is our first column in our first row. I have written th for table header. This is table header because this is the first row of the table where we use our headlines of our data, like name, address, phone number, email. This information we write in our header section. So I have used here th because when we will write here something like name, so it will appear boldly in the display of our HTML file. Let's see. So I have opened the HTML file. I am going to refresh this file, so I can see there the name is highlighted. it is bold now. Okay, but if we would use here TD instead of TH, TD is not for header, but it is also to we will also use it to create columns, as we also use the TH to create column. TH equal to TD. We have to remember that TH is table header, that is equal to TD. Both we use to create columns, but when we use TH for table header, what table header does? Table header bolds the word. This is table header, and I don't know what is the full form of TD, but this is general column. Okay, so now I have changed the code here, TD. So I am going to open our browser. So I have not refreshed it yet. So when I am going to refresh it, we will see some changes in the text. So now you can see that it is normal word, it is not bold now. But when we have used here TH, that is our table header, then it was bold. This now it is bold. So we just have created our first column, the first box of the table. We have a row here and a column here. So but in the display we cannot see anything, but if we want to see what is the code behind this file, then we can see that. We can right click on this page and click on view page source, or we can press Ctrl+U. So we can see that what we have written in our notepad file, this was our code, but we cannot see any boxes of the table because we have not used the table border command yet. So now I am going to give this table little border. So I am going to add border, that will be 1. Border size is 1. So now I am going to refresh this file. You can see that there is a border around the name. So this is our first row and first column. I can show you, like, this is our first row, this is the first row. TR represents row, so this creates a row and only TH creates one column. So now we are going to create our second column. To create our second column in first row, that must be the header. So we will write here address. Excuse me. So now we are going to refresh this file. So our second column is ready, that is address, and the word is bold as we have used here TH command, not TD. So name, address, we have 2 columns in one row. So now we are going to create our third column, that will be phone number. Sorry. Now the phone number, we can see phone number. What if we add some data below this table header, or that is our first row? What we can do? So we have to create our second row, then we can create the columns inside the row. But I want to add one more column here, that will be our table, that will be the IDs of the data. So refresh it, and the ID is here, ID, name, address and phone number. I want this table to I want to drag the table in the center. So what we can do, we can add one comment that is align. With align we can use center, left or right commands to drag table anywhere around the page. I want to take it to the center, so I have used center and refresh. I refreshed it and the table is in center. So as I told you, I am going to add the second row. This was our first row. I have started here the first row TR and I have closed TR, and also inside the TR there was 4 columns, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I am going to copy the whole thing and paste it. So the ID will be 1. I am changing the data's name will be, it will be my name, that is Ranjan Burman. My address, I live in India. My phone number is +91 7602768412. So our second row is ready with the data. I have saved this thing and I'm going to open the web page and refresh it. So our data is here, but we can see that the data is also in bold format. I don't want it bold, I want it in normal text. So what we have to do it, as I told some times ago, that then we have to use TD instead of TH, because TD represents table header, and in header all the text will be bold automatically. We don't have to do anything. We don't have to write comments to make a word bold. So I saved it and I'm going to refresh it. So you can see that the header section is bold, but the below row is in normal text. Now I want some space. Zoom out this web page. I'm zooming in. Okay, you don't think that this is the default size of this table. For more visibility, better visibility, I just zoom in this page. So you can see the data are very congested here. I want some space. So let's see how we can add space, some spaces between the boxes of the tables. To do it, we have to write cell padding command. So I give number cell padding 5. So let's see what will change. So you can see the size of the boxes increased, and now I'm going to add cell spacing command 5. So you can see the distance between two boxes. I have used 5. I can use more space. I can use 10 here. So like this we can create spaces between the boxes, and we can also increase the size of the boxes. If we want to increase the size to 10, then it will be bigger. So what if we want to add our third row with data? We just copy the row of our previous table, row to the end, from here to the total we have to copy the total portion of the start and the end point of tier, and we will paste and change the data here. That is 2. Just change the name. He is also from India, and his phone number I don't know, something. So we can, after refreshing this, we can see the new data is added in the table. So what if we want to add one column at the right side or in the left side? So what we can do? So to add column in the right side, we have to add, in the first row we are going to add one column, and this will be the email. So if we refresh, then you will see it is not properly used the code like this. So if I have refreshed, and we can see that we just have added one column in the first row. So one column is here in the row, but in the below we cannot see the box. So to create the box below, we also have to write the code for these 2 rows. We also have to add the columns. So here my email is now. Let's see, I have added my email here, and I have not yet added one more box in the in this row 3. In row 3 I have to add the new column. Let's refresh it, and the column is here. So thank you for watching this fast video HTML table.